Phil is very loyal, he's very committed, and he's probably the hardest working person I know. If he's gonna do something, he's gonna do it with his entire self. There's no halfway with him. So if he's studying for the MCAT, that's what he's doing, don't bother him. If he's, tailgating before a Notre Dame game, he's the one who's organizing it and getting the brats and making everything happen. All you have to do is show up.
Phil's a young optometrist, and I think with that comes a lot of responsibilities. Number one is he's spent a lot of time teaching, so he's worked with young minds, helped to mold them and really everything he knows about the field of optometry. He's done a lot of research. I know that he's extremely well renowned throughout his industry. He travels across the country and gives presentations on what he's learned. And then on top of all of that, he's a practitioner. And I think what's really impressive about what Phil's done is he offers pro bono work to maybe lower income communities. And it's helped detect and prevent some eye diseases in younger kids, which, again, from a pro bono perspective, it's very impressive. And it really speaks to Phil as really an embodiment of the grad at grad, and being able to take the gifts that he has and all of the intellect he's obtained and be able to use that for the greater good of others.
He works with the students. He does a lot of volunteer stuff for people in need that have ocular issues or need eyeglasses. So he's very giving with his time in ways that don't always benefit him. When you're teaching students, you're not making a lot of money, but he wants to impart his knowledge on the upcoming generations, and he wants to teach them how to be an eye doctor correctly. And I think he takes pride in not only being able to help people, but teach the next generation and the up-and-coming eye doctors how to do it correctly and how to also help people. So it's a legacy that carries on past him.
He was always a leader, and even as a young boy in his classes. I remember in third grade, they picked him. There was a troubled little boy, and they picked Philip to mentor him in third grade. So on the playground, Philip made sure that this kid was engaged on the playground and had friends, and it really made a difference, and we were very proud of him for that. So that's the kind of child he was. He was always taking the lead and helping others. And I remember with neighbors, just helping with take their garbage out, and just a very caring young man.
Yes, what I can say is, as his dad, I'm the luckiest guy on the face of the earth because I got to be his dad. Watch him grow up from a child into the adult that he is now. I mean, I'm the luckiest guy there ever was.
And Mom.
Him as a husband, the way he serves our family, he always puts our family first and our needs first. And I know being a man for others was something he's always talked about learning at Saint Ignatius, something that he brings to our family, and in his profession, serving his patients and his students that he teaches. And also his faith. He has very strong Catholic faith, and he's helped me learn about my faith more, and he learned that at Ignatius and our children too.
Deep down, Phil's always been the same person in terms of his character and the values that he holds. I think that where he's really grown is just maturing as a man, and then becoming a loving husband to his wife, becoming a loving father to his son and his daughter, to really see that maturity and taking on his professional career as an optometrist, going through school, teaching younger students, working with the community through the eye care that he provides, I think is a way that he's really grown as a professional and as a person.
What makes him a really good candidate for the Young Alumnus Award is not just what he did when he was a student here, but what he's done since then. I think that a couple of the things that we try to instill in our graduates, especially hopefully our young alums, is that they take with them some of the important lessons that they had here at St. Ignatius, maybe some things that have occurred in the classroom, and that they're able to incorporate them into their lives. And I think Phil has done a really great job of doing that in his career now at Ohio State. Very demanding of his students, so he has this sense of magis that we try to foster here at St. Ignatius, of doing the more, that he asks very insightful questions of them and really calls them to think on their feet, so that when they're doctors themselves, they'll be able to do very well with their patients. But he also has a side of him that is very much what we would call cura personalis, the care for the individual person. A lot of hard work and a lot of demands, and Phil is always there to lend a kind word, a helping hand. So that's been great for those students to be able to have Phil under those circumstances where he lives out those ideals that we try to instill in our young men here at Ignatius.
my most formative years were actually spent here at Saint Ignatius. They were critical in me developing into, where I am today. And I think one of the most important things about Saint Ignatius is it taught me to pay attention to all three aspects of my life: physical, spiritual, mental, and to kind of nourish all three of those aspects of my life without sacrificing one for the other. And so having that well-rounded approach to any problem or any situation that I learned here at Saint Ignatius, obviously with the help of my parents as well, made an enormous difference for me later on in life when I faced academic adversity or, emotional adversity or whatever. To be able to, again, have that well-rounded background and well-rounded foundation was critical. And so to be able to receive this award, especially considering the achievements of my classmates, the achievements of my friends, it's very humbling, because in a way I feel like I also don't deserve that award because I know what they're doing. But my brother was very gracious in nominating me for that award, and so I accept it very happily. But I know that it's not just me accepting the award. I kind of feel like I'm accepting it on behalf of my classmates and my friends as well.
Congratulations, Dr.